stands today, a plus-size model graces the cover of a very popular fitness magazine. Women's running breaking with convention and sparking some new debate about how a healthy person should look, or at least an athletic person. In a recent interview, the editor-in-chief said, quote, "There's a stereotype that all runners are skinny, and that's just not the case. Runners come in all shapes and sizes. You can go to any race finish line from a 5K to a marathon and see that. It was important for us to celebrate that." Let's talk more about this. Dr. Michael Kaplan is chief of the Long Island Weight Loss Institute, and Diana Speckler is author of the novel Skinny and a columnist for the New York Times. It's great to have you both. See this cover. You don't see covers like this, Doc, and it really does challenge your definition of what healthy is. So when you see this, what's your take?
So first, I just want to start with, I've been practicing obesity medicine since 2001, and what I know with certainty is people don't choose to be obese, and there's at least 10 hormones at play that make people feel hungry, make it more difficult for them to lose weight, and kind of gives them a hand in life that's more difficult for that person to lose weight. And what you need to keep in mind is, for the most part, women are losing weight by diet, keeping it off by exercise, and a cover like this is so helpful because it allows any woman who's interested in running to identify herself as a runner.
Is it healthy? I mean, when you look at this woman, she is a plus-size model. We were talking earlier, she likely would qualify technically as obese. Can she also be healthy and a great runner, but also be obese?
Absolutely, and I think that unfortunately the number one discriminated group in America isn't a race, isn't a religion, it's an overweight woman, and these stereotypes prevail. And you don't know what this woman's weight would have been had she not been a runner, and she could be extremely healthy. All of her metabolic profiles could be perfect, and I think that, I give so much praise to Runner's World and to you guys for even running this story.
We thought it was great, Diana, because, I've talked to our viewers before. Sometimes we mentioned some of the races I've done in the past. And when I ran a marathon, I'll tell you, the people that were crushing this marathon didn't look like the skinny minis. They did. And they were fantastic athletes. It really challenged me in my definition of what I considered a healthy woman. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't think we have any way of knowing what kind of health this model is in. All we're basing our opinions on is one picture. We don't know why she's obese. We don't know, not that it matters, it's really not any of our business why she looks the way she looks, and she could be perfectly healthy.
Well, it's interesting, we're going to juxtapose these two images because we wanted to show an ad that's also been getting some attention, this Bugaboo ad for a child's stroller, and you can see there's a model. She has a 2-year-old, by the way. This stroller ad is showing this woman with a fantastic body, but a lot of women are looking at that like, really? That's what you look at like when you have a 2-year-old? Doc, but it makes you wonder, do we even have an accurate image of what healthy really is? And you look at these two, how do you know who's more healthy?
I agree, and I think that most women who just gave birth do not look like that model, and I think that it actually makes it more difficult for a woman's body image that first year of life, having a young child at home, and I don't think that company's doing a good service for most mothers out there.
I was looking at some of the comments. It's actually very funny, Diana. One of the mothers that was weighing in was saying, she's JV because she doesn't have her diaper bag. You never leave the house without a diaper bag, which I think you also don't leave the house in a bikini normally as well. But, when you look at these two images, again, it comes back, and this is something that you've written about whether or not we actually know what healthy is and what to aspire to be like. Quite frankly, both of those images can be inspiring.
Yeah, I don't know about the stroller image because I think, we live in this society where there's so much talk about celebrities losing the baby weight and as if that's the most valuable thing that can happen in the first year of motherhood. But, as a society, we sort of ask for this. It's a supply and demand kind of situation because we buy into these messages and then we're fed more of these messages and then these messages are regurgitated.
So you don't think this is inspiring in any way to see someone this fit? Diana, Doc, what do you think? You both are pretty negative on the ad, but to me, I'm a new mom. I look at this, I'm like, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm sort of laughing at it.
Right.
At the same time, it's like anybody I see that looks good, and you're like, wow, she looks pretty good. Wouldn't mind looking like that every once in a while. You know what I mean? And not looking at it as a criticism of myself, but as something that's inspiring.
Well, I guess it could be inspiring, but I believe that it's probably misleading for most. I mean, if that's what...
That's definitely true. I can attest to that. I'll just kind of join the panel as a new mom and say that is also true.
And it's perpetuating an unrealistic standard of beauty for women, which is a problem.
And that probably hits the point home most of all. So interesting, women's running is on newsstands now and really getting some great attention. So we'll take them both in. I'll be curious what our viewers think. Doc, Diana, great to have you both. Thank you very much.
Thank
John?
you.